That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of, I'm a religious person. Shockingly, because people are so shocked when they find this out, I'm Protestant, I'm Presbyterian. And I go to church and I love God and I love my church. And Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale, was my pastor.
When I become president, the days of treating Israel like a second-class citizen will end on day one. And when I say something, I mean it. In Palestinian society, the heroes are those who murder Jews. We can't let this continue. We can't let this happen any longer. You cannot achieve peace if terrorists are treated as martyrs. Glorifying terrorists is a tremendous barrier to peace. It is a horrible, horrible way to think. It's a barrier that can't be broken. That will end, and it'll end soon, believe me. We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem. And we will send a clear signal that there is no daylight between America and our most reliable ally, the State of Israel. The Palestinians must come to the table knowing that the bond between the United States and Israel is absolutely, totally unbreakable. They must come to the table willing and able to stop the terror being committed on a daily basis against Israel. They must do that. I love Israel. I love Israel.
President, if Israel comes under attack by radical Islamists and you're the president, you will have their back.
100%. And not only that,
100%. You talked about an agreement imposed by the United Nations. The America must use its veto power as it relates to Israel.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get an agreement that's being forced down Israel's throat. Now, Israel has been hurt enough by our president. Our president has been, I think, the worst thing that's ever happened to Israel. That Iran deal.
When I'm elected president, we will suspend the Syrian refugee program, and we will keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country, okay? Believe me. And we'll build safe havens, and we'll do things over in Syria. We'll get other countries to pay for it. We have $20 trillion in debt. But we'll get the Gulf states. They have a lot of money. They got a tremendous money. They'll pay for it, I promise. And look at the mess we have. We've destabilized the Middle East, and it's a mess.
What's happening, I view ISIS as very important. And I love the fact that Russia is hitting ISIS. And as far as I'm concerned, they've got to continue to hit ISIS.
But you know what Russia is doing in Syria? Russia is hitting the groups that we're backing.
Sure. And why are we backing the group? We don't even know who those people are. I speak to generals. They're saying we're giving billions of dollars of equipment to people we have no... Here we go again. We're giving all of this money and all of this equipment to people we have no idea who they are. They're probably worse than Assad. I mean, Assad's no baby. He's not good. But who are the people that we're backing? Here we go again with Libya.
I want to ask you about ISIS. You said nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
Nobody.
Specifically, what would be your strategy?
The situation with ISIS has to be dealt firmly and strongly. When you have people being beheaded, I would love not to be over there. That's not our fight. That's other people's fights. That's revolutions. That's whatever you want to call it. It's religious wars. I would do things that would be so tough that I don't even know if they'd be around to come to the table.
What sort of things, though?
I would take away their wealth. I would take away the oil.
But wouldn't you be destroying the wealth of Iraq?
No, let me... There is no Iraq. There is no Iraq. Their leaders are corrupt. Excuse me, there are no Iraqis. They're broken up into so many different factions in Iraq.
You don't think bombing Iraqi oil fields, which are now in the control of ISIS, but bombing Iraqi oil fields is going to anger huge numbers of people?
I would bomb the hell out of those oil fields. I wouldn't send many troops because you won't need them by the time I got finished. I'd bomb the hell out of the oil fields. I'd then get Exxon. I'd then get these great oil companies to go in. They would rebuild them.